Afternoon baseball for your viewing pleasure on a fine Sunday afternoon from Comerica Park in Detroit. Today it's the rubber match of this three-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Detroit Tigers. Tigers baseball comes your way next. Bill Guillen gets the ball for the Tigers in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matty V, we're getting a chance to watch a guy that's been struggling a little bit lately. In his last three starts, he has a whip of over 1.40, so he's going to have to cut that down, limit the amount of base runners, limit the amount of walks if he wants to have some success in this one here today.
Left fielder, Davis, Birch.
First pitch of the at-bat. Into right field, that's a base hit. Fortunately, the bobble won't cost him a run as runners will stick at first and third.
Boy, there's a bullet base hit right there, but you have to hold there, D-Row, to make sure that gets through and isn't caught for a line drive double play.
Yeah, you have to play the game right there and respect the infield and respect the line drive. I know he wants to get a ribby for his buddy, but that's the way the game's played.
And a dive, but he's back in there. Runners are at first and third, one away. Throw over to first. Oh, and it froze him, and they got him.
Well, that's not a good look. No one.
At the plate, Davis, Birch. Twos all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. They were losers last time out, but still in a decent groove as they'd won 4 of 5 prior to that.
Yeah, Matty, dropping their last game. Now they find themselves at 500 again. They got to find a way to get on a hot streak. You cannot continue to go peaks and valleys throughout the course of the season and ride that 500 line all year. At some point, you're going to have to take 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 to get this going in the right direction.
Now before the next pitch, time is called at home plate as he'll step out. Breaking ball taken right down the middle.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Phillips over at second. Witten on at first with 2 down. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning, they get just the one. Leading off the inning, Rick Wilkins, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really...
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. A solo shot here to left. Third home run for him on the year, and that'll put the Cubs on the board. It's now a 2-1 lead.
Two home runs in 3 days? I'd say he's seeing the ball pretty well right now. I think it's time to start pitching around this guy.
Digging in, Scott Cooper.
Now batting.
1 out, nobody
third
on.
baseman, Scott Cooper.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Birch. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Striding into the box, Davis Birch. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit down the line at first. But this is foul for the first strike. 3-1 is our score here in inning number 4. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Wow, what makes it so tough to be a hitter is to be able to hitting change of speeds, right? You're geared up for the fastball, and all of a sudden, he pulls the string and throws you the straight change, the dreaded equalizer.
The 0-2 once more. Count remains at 0-2. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now.
These are the great matchups that happen throughout the course of a game. I don't think as a pitcher you can give in right here. He's a great hitter at the plate. He knows it. You know it. Keep executing. Maybe get him to roll something over.
Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now. Cecil Fielder would be next. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the Tigers. Line shot to second, but it's caught and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit as the lead remains 3-1. Now in the box, Ryan Sandberg. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit high and deep out to left. Birch looks up. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. A solo shot here to left. 6th home run on the season for him. And the Cubs have made this a 3-2 ball game.
As we take a look at the pitch location here, you could see that the pitch wasn't even in the strike zone, but clearly that didn't matter.
Striding in once again, Cal Daniels. He successfully laid down a sac bunt in his last plate appearance.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Birch comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out. Now batting, Davis Birch.
Left fielder, Davis Birch.
Here comes the first pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
This has to be a productive at-bat right here. I know you want to drive the run in and get the RBI, but you have to find a way, bare minimum, to move this runner over to third.
Count even now at 1-1. A runner at second, nobody out. Line drive to left. Daniels has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number 1. And now back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Stepping forward, Jerome Walton. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
Birch is there to make the catch, and that's a big out number 1. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. 8th inning at Comerica Park. You get a look at our line score there with the Tigers leading this one at home and trying to finish this one off. Ryan Sandberg will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point. The 3-2 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Birch is after it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 4 and the Tigers 3. Coming to the plate now, Davis Birch. He's 1 for 4 for the game.
Davis Birch.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Missed with a breaking ball.
1-2.
The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2.
That curveball stayed up in the zone. You'll see that often early in the game where a pitcher's trying to find that release point, particularly with his off-speed pitches. We'll have to keep an eye on him, see if he's able to settle down as this game moves on.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. A little bouncer. Witten, base runner at first with 1 out. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Daniels waits on it. 2 down.
Well, just an excellent job right here closing this one out. He just collected the first save of his career. Got to start somewhere.
10-3 at the end of this contest. The Cubs scored 10 runs on the way to victory. Mike Harley earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Bob Scanlon works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 1st of the year. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the